Coach, we're here talking about your 2021 recruiting class of Wildcats that will be coming in here in the fall. Exciting time for the program. What does this signing class bring to the table as a whole for us?
Wow, this signing class brings very similar to what our first signing class did. Of course, not as big as far as in number, but we hit some key areas, and they're going to bring athleticism, strong student athletes in the classroom also, and strong character young men. We're looking for these young men to come in and compete for positions, and at the same time providing quality depth.
Well, Coach, was there any certain direction or spots you were trying to get more recruits at for in this class?
Really, all of them. Since we've been here, like last year, our first class, we tried to hit every position, and this class we did the same. But we're just looking at bringing in strong student athletes with good athleticism that could really just develop over the course of time.
And are there any other incoming freshmen in the 2021 class that you feel could make a good impact as?
We think all of them could come in and compete. We don't recruit anyone that we would say we're going to come in and we're going to redshirt you and see how it goes. If we've recruited them to be a Fort Valley State University Wildcat on the football program, we expect them to come in and compete at a high level. And there are a few, all of them are standouts, and we're standouts on their football team. But some that just come to mind right now, personally, is KJ Ellis. Personally, is KJ Ellis. Personally, is KJ Ellis. Personally, is KJ Ellis. Outside linebacker that was committed to the University of Miami before COVID hit, and then COVID came. Of course, COVID has thrown a monkey wrench in all recruiting all across the country, and with young men choosing not to leave school. And so we're fortunate enough to get in on him.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie from HBCU Spotlight, and I'm back with another banger. As you can see, 92% of the channel's viewers are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you will be alerted anytime that I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is the story of yet another trailblazer who is out to bring black colleges back to prominence. This is the story of KJ Ellis. Ellis is a 6'3", 195-pound outside linebacker from Mount Dora, Florida, where he attended Mount Dora Christian Academy and was in the class of 2021. He was listed as a tight end and a defensive end. By looking at his stats, you can easily see that he was the best athlete on the field, and the head coaches took full advantage of that by utilizing him all over the field. During his freshman and sophomore years of high school, he played on the offensive side of the ball. He played in 23 games and started 10 of them. He carried the ball 10 times for 95 yards and 3 touchdowns. Basically, anytime he touched the ball, the team was guaranteed a first down. His real contributions that made scouts start drooling over him came when he started playing on the defensive side of the ball during his junior and senior years.
Rodney Wolford is in backfield. Corbin drops back to pass. And he will be sacked for a loss. Pass attempted.
During that time, he recorded 48 solo tackles, 95 total tackles, 4 sacks, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles, and that was just what he did on defense. In addition to that, he caught 16 passes for 490 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he averaged 30.6 yards per reception. This 3-star athlete received 3 offers from Division I programs. The athleticism also runs in the family. His relative, KJ Ellis, plays basketball and is a 6'6", 170-pound guard for the University of Alabama. This last year and a half that the pandemic has been taking place was devastating on the world as a whole. The way that we live has forever been changed, and this has trickled down to the recruiting circuit as well. KJ Ellis received interest from several schools. He racked up 3 Division I offers while in high school. Those schools were Kansas, South Alabama, and the forever popular University of Miami, also known simply as the U. I'm sure some of you keyboard warriors are already in the comments like, I thought this guy went to a HBCU, and what does the coronavirus have to do with an athlete being recruited by a school? As always, just sit back and enjoy the story. The virus affected Ellis' accessibility to coaches as well as it affected the rest of his teammates. Ellis' high school coach at Mount Dora Christian Academy was quoted as saying, KJ Ellis had drawn ample interest prior to the shutdown, yet others aimed to parlay spring ball into a few scholarships. With some of our guys who already had offers going into this break, it hasn't really slowed them down with the offers coming in. I think KJ has picked up 4 in this downtime, Tackett said. But where it hurt was with the accessibility to see them at practices. It's such a big deal when you see those college coaches on campus. It's big for your players who don't necessarily have an offer. A lot of times, you have them in to watch one kid, and they discover another kid. Recruiters flocked to Mount Dora Christian's campus in 2017 to check out their then linebacker, Josiah Pierre, now a redshirt freshman at the University of Florida. And on the way, they discover Ellis. Several recruiting experts expect the lack of new information as a result of scouts not being able to see the recruits in person could foreshadow some major recruiting misses, perhaps even on the scale of Khalil Mack. Mack was a 2-star recruit out of Fort Pierce Westwood who signed with Buffalo in 2009, right under some of the super recruiters' noses. Urban Meyer, then at the University of Florida, and Jimbo Fisher in Tallahassee at the time. You scratch your head and say, how'd everybody miss this kid? That's going to be this year. A 2-star or 3-star prospect set to blossom could be holding out for a big offer from the Big Three, the University of Florida, FSU, and Miami, but end up under the radar and become a game changer at USF, FAU, or even UCF. At the same time, Power 5 schools with a sizable portion of their 2021 class already committed could miss out on a diamond in the rough, potentially unearthed this time of year. The best thing we get during the spring and summer are opportunities to see high-profile kids compete against other high-profile kids in a similar setting, Wiltfong said. Steve Wiltfong is the director at recruiting at 24/7 Sports. But we also get a chance to see maybe a kid that played at a small ball school and then compete against kids from a larger classification. Those opportunities could be lost. After all this research and digging, I was still confused on how an athlete of Ellis' caliber ended up at a Division II HBCU, so I reached out to him and this is what he said. Quote, due to COVID-19, it put me in a position to where I had no other choice because every senior athlete had an extra year of eligibility, so schools weren't really giving out scholarships for my class unless you committed prior to COVID. I did some digging and I came across Fort Valley State University, and I really like the staff there. I think this will be the best school for me to put me back at the D1 level where I know I'm supposed to be. End quote. Not only was he resourceful, this premier athlete actually reached out to the school to look for an opportunity. Hopefully a story like this gives these smaller HBCUs the confidence to go after the big name recruits. It's just like when you're dating. Shoot your shot. The worst thing they can say is no, but at least you tried. Fort Valley fans, as well as SAIC fans, please support your schools and their football teams this season and every season going forward. We can really change the narrative and bring these athletes back home and turn the NCAA on its head. It's not every day when a former University of Miami commit not only chooses your school, but seeks out an HBCU to attend on his own. Go support these athletes so that in the future, more stories like this will arise. Plus the games will be lit because the more talent is on the field. Thanks for watching the video. If you made it to the end, type in "unfold them" in the comment section. Let's keep growing and supporting the historically black colleges that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, leave a like, and a comment. We're on the road to 10K subs. From us, over here at HBCU Spotlight, we're rooting for you, KJ, and looking forward to see you shine on the field. We out of here. Peace.